Watch out for your parents' ears. Careful. Hey Mantra, that was an excellent show that you guys put on. Oh my god. Do you want to get everyone introduce yourselves for the camera here?
Yo, what up? My name's Tello.
My name is Johnny.
My name's Geronimo.
I am Seb.
Gabriel.
And I was wondering if I could ask you guys a few questions about the band, how you play, and what your influences are.
Okay.
Yeah. So you just put out a new self-titled EP, and I was wondering, you worked with Red Wave Recording, and I was wondering what was your experience like in the studio producing?
It was very DIY. We wanted to make like a good album, but like or an EP, but but make it still sound like raw.
I thought that the experience was great. I thought it was good recording equipment and whatnot, and AJ himself, a very nice character. Yeah,
Young Lord, shout out AJ.
Yeah.
Red Wave Studio. You want it done right? Go to Red Wave.
It was definitely humbling though.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Humbling, yeah. Tell them about the metronome.
Oh yeah, on our track Dangerous Side.
Damn, that really messed us up. I got really stressed out because there's the intro where you're on the E string, you're just going da 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 da. It's like that little boogie riff, and I couldn't get it right. And like it was late it was like pretty late, and I was getting stressed out. I came back about the next week, right? It was the next week we came back, and I've been working with the metronome, and as soon as I got back in the studio, he pressed record, and then it happened.
Yeah, that was awesome. It definitely was humbling for like singing wise, because sometimes you go up on stage and they can't even hear you, and so being put on the spotlight, we had some moments where we definitely had to do some new things that we couldn't get away with live.
With you guys being a psychedelic rock band in this scene, how has putting on shows with bands from many different genres than what you play, how has that affected your style, or how has that affected you as a group as you play on stage?
Yeah, I'd say we're always in the headspace of, somebody's doing something good, they're doing something good. So there's so many bands in the local area that, I've gone and like listened to at home. So you're just like, wow, that was a really good performance. So it's like really cool to see other bands. But in terms of playing with bands of other genres, it's great to take in any influence, whether it's from the genre you're playing or other genres. So it's just great to come out and be able to hear different musicians and be able to have that experience with the audience and with them.
You guys have a lot more shows coming up in August and flowing into September, so I was wondering, with you guys putting on more shows together, will we be seeing a tour anytime soon for any albums or future releases?
Oh damn! We just finished the EP, and we're trying to get connected with a lot more bigger bands. Like this show is obviously really cool, and these bands are touring. It'd be cool if they saw us and then they're like, you guys are really cool. You want to go on tour with us? Open up for us. That'd be a great opportunity. Hoping for it. The DIY scene's really cool. That was really cool playing in Chicago, and representing the city. It's really cool to just keep playing. There's a really good DIY scene here, so it's awesome.
We do got hopefully a single coming out soon. Stone City, some people might know that one, some people probably won't yet, but hopefully they'll know it soon. And then we got an album coming together. We played a lot of unreleased material today. We played it before, but we definitely want to take what we have, sit on it, craft it, and take it into the studio hopefully soon. So we'll definitely be looking at an album, either late this year or hopefully early next year. But we want to crank stuff out as fast as possible.
You want to tease the album there? Or no, we should keep that under wraps.
We'll keep it under wraps.
We'll keep it under wraps.
Good
things coming though. Good things coming.
Yeah, we got big things coming for sure.
Now for Geronimo, how do you shred on bass like that while you're up there, man? what are your influences as a bassist? Because you're up there grooving away, like it fits your psychedelic sound, and I was wondering what bands have influenced you through your style and how you play?
Oh, definitely. And that's the thing, like we talked about earlier, just having different influences. Mantra's like such a group of people with like different influences, and even myself, I'll be listening. A lot of my bass playing could come from like progressive rock music, like Yes, Chris Squire, Camel, Doug Ferguson, Geddy Lee from Rush, of course. Some different jazz fusion bass players. Honestly, I get more into the band than like the specific name sometimes, but the bass players are always just tearing it up. I've always I try to listen to music that's like music to me, of course, but just like a lot of it's instrumental. A lot of the bass players, drummers just be going off, so that's what I try and bring to Mantra is just tight rhythm department. You know, we try to hold it down as best as we can and get people moving and dancing. But yeah, so many different influences. I could go on for like a million years, but anybody that's playing the bass, you know, like it's a guitar, like it's raw.
Now, Seb, with your heavy metal influences and indie influences, how has that affected your playing on drums in Mantra?
Shit. I don't know. I just like tone it down the metal a little bit and then like add more like probably like progressive stuff. Fuck, yeah, the camera in the face and shit. No, I don't know. I just like to jam a lot with these guys and shit. We just come up with cool shit, I guess.
Now, Gabe, how have your psychedelic soundscapes come into play? Like, what has influenced your sound on your keyboard with your growing synths and your percussion?
Well, like the synth type stuff comes from more like classic prog rock, you know, 70s stuff. But then what I've been working on with the organ and getting that like specific crunch is like a lot of like Santana influence, Yes, Focus, a lot of prog rock bands, a lot of Latin influence. But yeah, it's just coming along for sure. It was hard to integrate the keys at first because I had all these songs already written and kind of like doesn't leave a lot of space open for keys, but slowly we've been able to figure out like, oh, we can add this, and then we just keep building more and more. And then when we're writing new songs, it's easier to write new songs when it's, you know, including the keys as well.
Moving on to Axel, lead guitarist of Mantra. For your leads, how has blues and blues scales and pentatonic scales influenced the way you play on stage through your discography?
So like, shit. Well, when it comes to the blues scale, I mainly just use the 5 positions of the pentatonic, and then of course, you got to get creative with it. You don't want to play the same lick over and over. So I kind of like change up the picking pattern of how I go about it. Like for example, when I listen to like Slash or Rory Gallagher, who are like a very like a big influence to me on my playing, like they use those same exact scales, and they usually rely on those for the most part of it, and they just kind of they do the same thing that I kind of go for, like just change up the patterns, come up with a different sound. I try to look at it more as like a vocal. Like I try to I try to sing a melody or something in my head, or like hum it out, and then I just play it on guitar and I go for it.
That's awesome. Well, keep shredding it up. And lastly, we have Johnny, lead singer and head of Mantra. Wondering, through your classic rock-esque vocals and heavily reverbed sound, what influenced that style of singing, your flow and the like?
I would say I grew up with a lot of like 90s rock. So, you know, Kurt Cobain, you got Chris Cornell, Lane Staley, and then a lot of like 70s stuff. So you got like Dio and stuff, those proto-metal singers. And I'd say like, you know, the more baritone singers like Jim Morrison from the 70s as well. Like, you know, not everybody's born with like a Robert Plant voice. You can't sing like, you know, 1,000. So you just gotta play with your range, and those guys have really inspired me to like stick in my lower register. But yeah, those would be my influences.
Thank you guys so much for sharing your influences and for being here as a band, and I hope the best for you guys, and thank you for the interview.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Peace out.
We have never heard that phrase before.
Baby cat all the time.
So humble.
No.
We're gonna have to grow your hair out because they all got long hair. We're gonna grow your hair.
John from Dystrophy told me, don't grow out your hair. It's funny to see that everyone's got long hair and you're just there, the only dude with short hair. It is the guitar player.
One show where that one guy from the other band came over, he's like, are you guys indigenous? Or
Oh yeah, he said
Yeah.
if it influenced your music.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't.
No,
Dude, that was Denny's first.
Somebody did ask me.
Fuck
that.
Denny's. We don't ever.
Yeah.
Fuck
We
Denny's.
went into Denny's at like 2 a.m. in our host or whatever. He comes over and he's like didn't he go like this at one point to us or something?
He was like, I like your jacket. I need to get one of those.
Yeah, he was just
Or
like
something like that.
Something about the feathers and shit like that.
Yeah.
that was. Don't go to Denny's at 2 a.m.
When we went to Red Robin, I went to the
Don't go to
bathroom
Denny's
and
at
some
2
guy
a.m.
asked me
That's
if
some
I was
fucking
Native
YouTube
American.
shit.
I was like, oh.
And then he was.
Just tell them yes.
Yeah, that's Mesoamerican, Native American, same thing.
Just tell them yes.
All of us are Mexican or Latin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
could say
there was one
technically,
song that you guys were doing where it sounded so like
We just did that
Santana
today.
vibe. It sounded.
Oh,
really
yeah.
The intro.
That was
Yeah.
the intro.
Yeah, it was an intro. But it
Yeah,
had, like, such a
that one.
Santana vibe.
Yeah,
I
It was
got
really
that
cool.
tune there.
We're working
The
on
E
that.
string was like, dude, I tuned up the entire thing, and it was all said and done, and my tuner kept going in and out, like it kept turning
we're
on
trying.
and off.
Now we
as I-
got everybody kind of established in. We're trying to like feel it out and find our own sound now. The boats are looking.
We got the tornado warning.
Away from Kansas. I'm going back inside if y'all.
Alright. Let's go back.
Tornado! Ooh.
Oh, you're gonna get blown away.
The thousand rain has come.
Our rain dance worked, brother.